Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Mahan Field in Natick, Massachusetts. Honestly, I'm just going to unplug and replug some things real quick. My audio's sounding weird, at least on my end. Test. Test, test. Sorry about this, folks. It sounded okay before. Test. Okay, that sounds a little better. So let's just hope it stays that way. All right, so here we are. We are here for some high school baseball action here between the hosting Natick High Redhawks and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. We've already got our first comment in the live chat, and I love to see that from one of our good friends on these streams. That's Jedi Pete saying, "Today's our day, Brookline, let's go." And Brookline indeed hoping to have their day out here at Mahan Field. They had a tough 0-2 stretch over spring break, losing at home to Sharon High School 8-3, and then losing to Newton South High School 2 days later 4-0. Brookline comes into this game with a 2-5 overall record. And in a game between Brookline and Natick, you always know it's going to be exciting. These are two schools that really go at it, pretty evenly matched across a lot of different sports, and baseball is no different. Those of you who follow my streams know that last year, Natick was the one team that Brookline beat during the regular season, and it took everything. It was a 9-inning thriller that ultimately was won on a walk-off error. A walk-off fielder's choice reach-on error by James Dialchand Erickson, driving in Matt Richardson after Richardson led off the inning with a triple. But of course, their other regular season matchup was won, I think, also by a one-run margin by Natick earlier that season. So you never know what's going to happen when these two teams go at it. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Let's take a quick look at the lineups as the teams have finished warming up. First off, for the Natick High Redhawks. Now, I have some of the players' first names, but I don't have all of them, so I'm going to do the best that I can here. If there are any fans in the live chat who know of full names, feel free to let me know. Leading off for Natick, the center fielder, number 7, Mike Gwinney. Oh, it looks like we got a PA announcer here. Oh, that's fancy. So the PA announcer might be able to help me. I might hold off from the rosters for now. See if I can catch anything from him. Okay, I'm not hearing any starting lineups from the PA announcer. So for now, I'll just read through the lineups really quick. Leading off for Natick in center field, number 7, Mike Gwinney. Batting second, the left fielder, number 9, Ryan Maltzman. Batting third, the catcher, number 19, Fosberg. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 33, Charles Collins. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 18, hope I read this name right on the roster, Gerstein. Excuse me. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 1, Jack Byrne. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 34, Pagnini. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 4, Jewett. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 2, and again, I hope I read this correctly on the sheet, Bhattacharya. Playing just defense in right field is number 13, Little. So that is the roster for Natick. Now let's look at the roster for Brookline really quick. Leading off for the Warriors, the third baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Batting second, the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. Batting third, the left fielder, number 7, Daniel Villa. Batting cleanup and taking the mound today, number 24, Connor Jernigan. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 20, Harrison Siegel. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 21, James Dialchand Erickson. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 6, Jack Martell. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 17, Avery Melton. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 3, Ryan Kravitz. So that is the roster for Brookline. Sawada at third, Rothman at first, Villa in left, Jernigan on the mound, Siegel in right, Dialchand Erickson at second, Martell at short, Melton behind the plate, and Kravitz in center. And it sounds like we're going to have the playing of our national anthem. They're pulling out all the stops here at Mahan, and I'm loving it. All right, that was the playing of our national anthem. Natick pulling out all the stops here at Mahan Field. And it looks like we will have the lineup, so I'm going to see if I can catch the Natick first names. All right, so thanks to the PA announcer, I've now got the full names of all the Natick players. But for right now, it's the Brookline batters coming up. Starting off for the Warriors, The third baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Natick pitcher number 33, Charlie Collins, on the mound. First pitch of the game. In there for a strike. Sawada coming into this game, he is 6 for 22 with a team-leading 4 walks, a team-leading 3 steals, a team-leading 6 runs scored, and 2 RBI. 0-1 pitch. Misses for ball 1. 1-1 pitch. Skips in the dirt for ball 2. Now the 2-1 pitch. That one misses as well, 3-1. And this one skips in the dirt, a free pass for Sawada to start things off. Brookline's got a leadoff base runner, and now up the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. Sawada leading off from first. Collins checks and delivers. Shows bunt, but pulls away as the ball skips in the dirt for ball 1. A lefty pitcher on the mound, and Brookline knows they have to be careful about that, as last weekend against Newton South, a tough southpaw pitcher with a nasty pickoff move gave Brookline all kinds of fits as Rothman lays down the bunt, picked up by the catcher and thrown to first for out number 1, but a successful sac bunt moves Sawada down to second. So with a runner on second now and 1 out, up comes the left fielder, number 7, Daniel Villa. And he turns around but does not throw, just keeping Sawada honest over there on second. Pitch. And Villa fouls this one off for strike 1. Villa, so far this season, he's batting 4 for 16 with 1 walk, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBI. The 0-1 comes in high for ball 1. Of course, those who watched that tough loss to Newton South, they know Villa came up at one point with the bases loaded and 2 out, launched a shot that unfortunately went right to the center fielder. He's hoping to put the ball in the right spot this time. The 1-1 pitch comes in low, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Sawada leading off from second. 1 out here in the top of the first. 2-1 pitch, and Villa fouls it off. He's been able to get a piece of it a couple of times, but no solid contact. In fact, the fouls have looked almost identical. 2-2 now the count. Pitch. He makes hard contact this time. It's a grounder over to second, fielded cleanly by Bhattacharya, and he throws to first for out number 2. That does advance Sawada down to third. Coming up now is the pitcher, number 24, Connor Jernigan. Collins sets. Pitch comes in low, ball 1. Jernigan, another guy who was robbed of a potential RBI hit against Newton South. In this exact situation, 2 outs and Sawada at third, he hit a hard liner that was snagged on a jumping grab by the third baseman. 1-0 pitch, and he fouls this one off for strike 1. Jernigan, this season, he is 5 for 18 with a double, a walk, a run scored, and a team-leading 4 RBI. He's hoping to add to that team-leading mark here. 1-1 pitch. That one comes in low for ball 2. Two and one, the count to Jernigan. Sawada stands at third. Pitch, swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. Collins trying to get out of the jam here. 2-2 pitch. In there for strike 3. Brookline gets the leadoff runner all the way to third, but can't get him any further. Top of the first ends with no score for Brookline. Due up for Natick in the bottom of the first will be Mike Guiney, Ryan Maltzman, and Will Fosberg. Now taking the mound for Brookline, his first start of the season, it's Connor Jernigan. Jernigan had a relief appearance in Brookline's first win of the season against Weymouth. A less than ideal outing there, as he gave up 2 earned runs as well as a pair of inherited runners. As Brookline's lead went from 8-3 to 7-3. 2 of those runs coming on a home run blast over the left field wall. Jernigan, from what I've heard earlier in this season, he was on kind of an innings limit due to a previous injury. I don't know if he's still on that limit, but we'll find out how long his leash is as this day goes. Leading off for the Red Hawks, the center fielder, number 7, Mike Guiney. First pitch from Jernigan, in there for strike 1. This pitch is made contact with. It's out to left center. It's being tracked by Kravitz, and he makes the catch. A fly out to center for the first out of the inning. Now up is the left fielder, number 9, Ryan Maltzman. And he skies the first pitch. It's into shallow center, and Martell is calling for it, and he makes the grab for out number 2. 3 pitches and 2 outs. Jernigan's got to be happy with that kind of pitch efficiency. And now up is the catcher, number 19, Will Fosberg. His first pitch misses for ball 1. That is the first ball outside the zone that Jernigan has pitched so far. And this pitch is skied up. Another pop fly. Martel is tracking it, and he's got it again. 5 pitches was all it took for Connor Jernigan to set him down in order. So no score for either side. Through 1 inning, we are tied at 0-0. As we get ready for the top of the second, it'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters for Brookline. That is Harrison Siegel, James Dialchand Erickson, and Jack Martel. Collins returning to the mound. And not only is this the second straight game where Brookline is facing a pitcher that is left-handed, it is also their second straight game facing a pitcher wearing jersey number 33. And it's their second straight game facing a starting pitcher named Charlie. Just in the realm of random coincidences. As of course they struggled mightily against Newton South's Charlie Morris. Combination of his slow but high movement pitches combined with some crafty pickoff moves to give the Brookline base runners fits. They are looking for a different result here today and hoping to start them off on that different result here in the top of the second will be the right fielder, number 20, Harrison Siegel. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. Siegel leading the Brookline bats, going 7 for 16 with a double, 2 walks, and 3 RBI as he fouls one off for strike 1. Granted, it's only through 6 games and 5 starts, but Siegel an outrageous slash line of 438, 500, 500 as this pitch comes in low for ball 2. This pitch also sliced over the backstop for strike 2. And this pitch he makes contact. It's a blooper into shallow center and it drops. Siegel builds to his team-leading hits mark with a leadoff single to center. For the second inning in a row, Brookline has gotten their leadoff batter to first base. Now at the plate, the second baseman, number 21, James Dialchand Erickson. And Siegel keeping a close eye on Collins's moves. He was one of the base runners picked off by Charlie Morris in the Newton South game, so he's wanting to be careful. And another throwback. That one was close, as he opted not to dive. Siegel is taking some sizable leads off of first base. And they show bunt, and he whiffs on the bunt, and they try to throw back to first, but Siegel gets back safely. So an 0-1 count to Dialchand Eriksson. Siegel dives back to the bag, and you can see that while Siegel is dancing off the bag with these big leads, he is leaning his body weight towards first base. He's taking a more defensive approach off the bag despite the big leads he's taking. As that pitch comes in high for ball 1. And I know it's just out of the corner of my camera's view since I'm trying to get the batter and the pitcher here. But you can see as he throws the pitch, Siegel is taking a step back to first. Like, that is his instinct right now as that one comes in low for ball 2. So taking a decidedly more defensive approach on the base paths after what happened last Friday. As this one comes in low for ball 3. So while Siegel may be taking the more defensive approach, he does seem at least to be in Collins' head a little bit. 3-1 the count to Dialchand Eriksson. And that one's a strike. Dialchand Eriksson thought he had the walk, but instead he's got a full count. Dialchand Eriksson so far this season batting 5 for 20 with a double, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBI. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 3. Collins got him chasing the low fastball. And so now with 1 out and a runner on first, up comes the shortstop, number 6, Jack Martell. And this pitch is fouled off for strike 1. Martell's still searching for his first hit of the season. He reached first base for the first time in the Newton South game, drawing a walk, and he made it as far as third base before getting stranded. So far this season, he is 0 for 11. The 0-1 pitch. He slices this one. It's into shallow right. The wind's got it a bit, but the right fielder is tracking it, and that will be caught by Little for out number 2. That one hung in the air for way too long. And so that'll be 2 down. Runner still at first. And up comes the catcher, number 17, Avery Melton. First pitch in there for strike 1. Melton has a pair of starts under his belt already this season behind the plate, but this is actually his first plate appearance as he's been defense only so far. This one a swing and a miss for strike 2. So quickly in the 0-2 hole with 2 down here on the top of the second. And that one misses. A delayed steal by Siegel. He runs down to second. He dropped the tag. Or no, he didn't drop the tag. He got the tag and he got him. I thought I saw the ball come out of his glove, but I was mistaken. Siegel is caught stealing second, as that pitch would have been ball 1. So Melton will return to the plate next inning. As the top of the second ends with no score. Due up for Natick will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Charlie Collins, Jack Gerstein, and Jack Byrne. Connor Jernigan returns to the mound for his second inning of work for the Warriors. He had a very efficient first inning, putting the Natick leadoff hitters down in order in just 5 pitches. And he'll be hoping to take care of business easily here. Now leading off, the pitcher, number 33, Charlie Collins. It is pitcher against pitcher. Their last matchup with Jernigan at the plate ended in a strikeout. First pitch to Collins is a swing, might have got a piece of it. Either way, that is strike 1. One pitch, he hits a high bouncer, and it's past a lot of people. Scooped up by Dialchin Erickson. Bare hand throw to first for the out. That was actually a very well-placed grounder by Collins, but good hustle by Dialchin Erickson at second. He's spent a lot of time at shortstop this season, but as you can see, he can play second base just as well. Now up is the third baseman, number 18, Jack Gerstein. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. Second base was actually Dialchin Erickson's primary position when he wasn't pitching last season. It was actually the position he played the last time Brookline faced Natick. As this pitch comes in low for ball 2. Of course, while Dialchin Erickson was well known for his pitching after being called up from the freshman squad last year, his biggest highlight actually came at the plate. Like I said, that walk-off fielder's choice reach-on error to end the game against Natick and give Brookline their first win of the season, as that one's in there for strike 1. Two-one pitch. Catches the high corner for strike 2. Gerstein was trying to make himself small on that pitch, but could not get the benefit of the doubt. Instead, it'll be a 2-2 count. And he swings and misses on that one, fooled by the high heat from Jernigan, and that'll be out number 2. 2 down and nobody on. Up comes the designated hitter, number 1, Jack Byrne. First pitch is a delayed swing right into the dirt for a foul ball. And it looks like it might have gone off Byrne's foot as he's hopping around a little bit while the ump sweeps off the plate. Just checking and making sure he's okay. Oh, and 1, the count to Byrne. That pitch misses outside for ball 1. One pitch is skied out to left, and that's going to drop easily for a clean single. So Jack Byrne with Natick's first hit of the game on a single to left. And now up comes the first baseman, number 34, Harry Pagnini. First pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Runner is taking off, pitches inside for ball 2, and that pitch is going to, the throw to second rather, is not going to be in time. Burns successfully steals second. Again, you can just compare and contrast the advantage of a lefty pitcher versus a righty when it comes to the aggression of the base runners. 2-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. 2-1 the count, 2 down here in the bottom of the second. A runner at second for Natick's Harry Pagnini. This pitch, he hits a hard grounder going up the middle. Martel dives to grab it, but can't pick up the ball, and the runner is going to take off as he juggled it. That run is going to come home. Natick takes the lead on, I guess you would call that a single up the middle, and then Burns scores on an E6. A tough twist of fate for Brookline. Martel made a nice diving snag, but then followed it up by juggling the ball out of his own hands as that first pitch misses for ball 1 to the shortstop, number 4, Ryan Jewett. This pitch, he chops it, and Martel's going to track it easily for out number 3. So the second inning ends, but Natick gets the first run on the board. They now lead Brookline 1-0. Due up for Brookline, it'll be the 8-9-1 hitters, Avery Melton, Ryan Kravitz, and Keenan Sawada. You know, that scoring play for Natick is such a weird one for anyone trying to keep score here in terms of hits and errors, because that ball going up the middle, that took a spectacular diving grab by Martel just to keep it from going into the outfield. But then Martel comes up and juggles the ball. So it's like an above-effort play prevented that from just being a clean base hit. But then because of his above-effort play, he ends up getting scored with an error because he juggled the ball. Like, it doesn't feel right. Like, I don't know how else to score it, but it just doesn't. It feels kind of wrong in a way. But either way, Brookline's got a rebound here, and it's all going to start back with the catcher, number 17, Avery Melton, as he golfs this one foul. For anyone who remembers, Avery Melton was facing an 0-2 count and took ball one when Harrison Siegel was caught stealing second. As he makes contact here right over the first baseman into right field, that's going to go for a single. Avery Melton, who has now had his first plate appearance twice, he ends his long elongated first plate appearance with a single to right. Third straight inning with a leadoff base runner for Brookline. Up comes the center fielder, number 3, Ryan Kravitz. He shows bunt, pulls back, that's a ball, and Melton dives back to first. They've done those quasi pitch outs a couple of times. And a throw back to first as Melton dives back. One and 0 is still the count to Kravitz. Melton leading off from first. Pitch, he shows bunt, pulls back, and the throw gets into right field, but because Melton was diving back to the bag, he does not advance. I believe that was, oh no, that was strike one that Kravitz pulled back on, so now the count will be 1-1 to the Brookline center fielder. Shows bunt, and they call strike. I'm not sure if they thought Kravitz didn't pull back enough or if they thought the pitch just kind of dipped after crossing the plate. Either way, it's a 1-2 count. Kravitz now forced to swing. He does swing and fouls it off his own batting helmet. A few feet in front of him, and that could have been dangerous. That could have taken his nose off, or at least a little tip of his nose off. Instead, Kravitz stays alive at 1-2. 1-2 pitch again, and he swings in the dirt for strike 3. And with a runner at first, he doesn't get the chance to run down off the dropped third strike. So 1 out, and up comes the third baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Last time up, Sawada got a leadoff walk as this pitch comes in the dirt but is well blocked by the catcher, Will Fosberg, for ball 1. Sawada got all the way to third after his leadoff walk, but was ultimately stranded there. He now faces a 1-0 count with a runner at first and 1 down. That pitch is in there for strike 1. That pitch is in there for strike 2. He gets a delayed swing. It's a dribbler back to the mound. Fielded by Collins. The throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. A throwing error by the pitcher allows everyone to reach safely. It's now runners at first and second with 1 down. So Rothman reaches on the E1, and with runners at first and second and 1 down, up comes the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. Last time up, Rothman laid down a sac bunt to move Sawada to second. First pitch to him now, misses for ball 1. Rothman so far this season, 5 for 15 with a run scored and 2 RBI. This pitch he slices, it's going to stay in the infield. Bhattacharya tracking it, and he's got it for out number 2. So now with 2 down and 2 runners on, up comes Daniel Villa. First pitch comes in low. Fosberg lost track of it for a second, but not enough that the runners wanted to take off. One-0 pitch. Catches the inside corner for strike one. And we got a timeout called. Just before Collins started his windup. Now we reset. Now the 1-1 pitch. Villa makes contact. That's going up the middle into the outfield. Melton rounding third. It's going to be a close play at the plate. They got him. Another out on the base paths to end the inning for Brookline. A cannon arm from center field from Mike Guiney. And this has got to be tough for Brookline, certainly, as their misfortune on the base paths continues. Two straight innings ending on a runner being gunned down. Meanwhile, when Natick decides to run for it, everything has been working out for them. We head into the bottom of the third, and it'll be the 9-1-2 hitters for Natick. It'll be Bhattacharya, Guiney, and Maltzman. Reminder, as always, if you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, as I'll be covering Brookline boys volleyball tomorrow against rival Newton North. Don't want to miss that. And then on Wednesday, I'll be back on the baseball diamond as Brookline will be hosting Needham. We've got a substitution behind the plate for Brookline. Coming in for Melton, who just got thrown out at home. Hopefully he's not hurt or anything after that play, but he has been pulled out in favor of number 25, Ben Doctoroff. So a new catcher, and now up for Natick, the second baseman, number 2, Rohan Bhattacharya. First pitch from Jernigan is low for ball 1. And that pitch is smacked through the gap into left field for a single. Now with no out and one runner on, we cycle back to the top of the order with the center fielder, number 7, Mike Guiney. His last time up, Guiney flew out to center. He's showing bunt. Runner pulls back. It's a strike. Doctoroff throws down to second, and Bhattacharya steals second. So an 0-1 count now to Guiney, and he doesn't need to bunt anymore. Runner already in scoring position. A 1 pitch hits him. Guiney is going to get a free pass to first off the hit by pitch. That one looked like it got him in the left elbow. And so it'll be runners at first and second with nobody out. And up comes the left fielder, number 9, Ryan Maltzman. Jernigan in a bit of a jam now. First pitch to Maltzman, he shows bunt, lays it down. Sawada comes in, barehands it, throws to first for the first out. So the sac bunt is successful for Maltzman, but it was so well dropped that you actually do have to give some credit to the fielders. Sawada and Djalchin Eriksson covering first. But it'll now be runners at second and third with one down for the catcher, Will Fosberg. First pitch in the dirt, covered by Doctoroff for ball 1. My apologies that sometimes we can't see through the first base coaches. The 1-0 in the dirt again, covered up by Doctoroff, but that's going to be ball 2. Now the 2-0 pitch in there for strike 1. Two and one the count, one down, runners at second and third. This pitch comes in high for ball 3. This can happen sometimes when opposing hitters start to get the bat on the ball and put it in the right spots. Sometimes a pitcher feels like they got to do everything themselves. They got to get out before the ball even gets in play. They start to do too much. 3-1 pitch is fouled to the backstop for strike 2. Full count, very important pitch here. Payoff pitch. Comes in high for ball 4. They throw down to third, but they're not going to catch Bhattacharya. Instead, the bases are going to be loaded for the pitcher, number 33, Charlie Collins. Now this does result in a force at home, as this is a hard grounder to second. Djalchin Eriksson flips it to second for one. Under first, they got out of it! A huge 4-6-3 double play for Brookline, and they get out of that jam somehow with no score. For a second, it looked like Djalchin Eriksson wasn't going to be able to get that ball out of his glove. But he did, got the underhand flip over to Martel, who threw a laser to Rothman at first. A huge get, and the walk to Fosberg does end up working out in Brookline's favor, as it created the force everywhere. I mean, also if he had struck out, that could have just been a simple 4-3 ground out, but still. The walk ended up doing some work for him, and through 3, the score remains a narrow 1-0 lead for Natick. Due up for Brookline will be the 4-5-6 hitters, namely Connor Jernigan, Harrison Siegel, and James Djalchin Eriksson. Collins back on the mound. Jernigan stepping up to the plate to lead off here on the top of the 4th. Last time up, Jernigan struck out to end the top of the 1st. First pitch is a big swing and a miss for strike 1. This one he reaches out and fouls it across the street for strike 2. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Jernigan goes down for out number 1. Now batting as the right fielder, number 20, Harrison Siegel. Last time up, he got a bloop single to center, but was later caught stealing to end the 2nd inning, as he takes the first one for strike 1. This one he reaches out and slices foul. Quick 0-2 count. And he reaches out and bloops a grounder to second, but Acharya charges in, underhands it to first, and that'll be out number 2. So now with 2 down, up comes the second baseman, number 21, James Dialchand Erickson. First one misses for ball 1. Dialchand Erickson, his last time up, he struck out. Now there's a big swing and a miss for strike 1. That one's in low for ball 2. Two 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. And that pitch is down the middle for strike 3. 3 up and 3 down for Collins. He gets out of the top of the 4th pretty easily. We move to the bottom of the 4th. Natick still with a 1-0 lead over Brookline. And it'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Gerstein, Byrne, and Pagnini. Jernigan returning to the mound for Brookline. Just going to take a minute here and see if I can wipe off the lens. Doubt that helped with much, but you never know. So leading off will be the third baseman, number 18, Jack Gerstein. Gerstein went down on strikes his last time up. First pitch from Jernigan. In there for strike 1. That pitch is in there for strike 2. Now here comes the 0-2, and it's fouled off. Jernigan's got to be feeling good about the fielders behind him after the way last inning ended with that huge 4-6-3 double play. 0-2 pitch again. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Gerstein goes down swinging once again. Now up is the designated hitter, number 1, Jack Byrne. Byrne represents the only run scored by either team so far. Last time up, he got a single to left, stole second, and later came in on that weird single fielding error combination. As this ball misses to make the count 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Now this one he makes hard contact, and that's going to go into right. It's fielded by Siegel, and he decides not to throw to first. Might have juggled the ball a little bit. Probably wasn't going to get it as Byrne gets his second hit of the day through the right gap. Now up is the first baseman, number 34, Harry Pagnini. And the runner is taking off on the first pitch. It's in low for ball one. Throw down to second. And they got him. A huge throw down by Ben Doctoroff. And a great catch and tag by Djalchand Eriksson. And after Byrne was able to steal and later come home, that is a huge get for the Brookline defense, as this one misses for ball two. So now, instead of one out and a runner in scoring position, it is two down and nobody on. 2-0 pitch, misses outside, ball three. And that's a hard grounder. Fielded somehow by Sawada. He tries to chuck it to first. Oh my gosh, he got him! Keenan Sawada from downtown. A faster base runner might have been able to get there, but a fantastic effort from the hot corner by Sawada ends the fourth inning on a 5-3 groundout. So the Brookline defense continuing to show out behind Jernigan. Couple of nice plays there to put an end to the fourth inning. Natick still holds on to a narrow lead of 1-0. So here in this fourth intermission, I want to take a second here, talk about a local charity, the Brookline Community Foundation. For over 100 years, the Brookline Community Foundation has been a trusted partner, supporting Brookline by investing in organizations and initiatives that help create opportunity and promote equity for everyone who lives, learns, works, and plays in Brookline. Among the foundation's many grant programs is the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School, which provides graduating BHS students with scholarships to help fund post-secondary education. To date, 75 BHS students have received scholarships from this fund to help them as they build their futures. Your support is crucial to supporting Brookline youth as they embark on the next steps in their educational journeys. Visit brooklinecommunity.org to learn more about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and how you can make a difference right here in Brookline. Once again, brooklinecommunity.org. And that first pitch is strike one to Jack Martell. And remember, you can find out everything you need about the Brookline Community Foundation in the description section of this video, as Martell takes ball one. This one is fouled off for strike two. Martell, his last time up, he flew out to right. Now faces a 1-2 count. And he chases it in the dirt. It's dropped and he's going to run for first, but he is not going to get there. So now up to the plate, the substitute catcher, number 25, Ben Doctoroff. First pitch is high for ball one. Doctoroff, so far this season, 0 for 6 at the plate, but he's got 3 walks and 3 runs scored, as this one comes in high for ball two. 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. That one misses outside for ball 3. Doctoroff is making him work for it. 3-1 pitch in there for strike 2. Doctoroff has not swung at a single pitch yet, and he's now got a full count. And that comes in high for ball 4. 6 pitches. Doctoroff didn't swing at any of them, and he gets a free pass down to first. Now up is the center fielder, number 3, Ryan Kravitz. Kravitz, his last time up, he struck out. He's hoping for some better fortunes here in the top of the 5th. That one's in there for strike 1. Kravitz rather, once again up with the catcher at first base. Last time it was Avery Melton. As that ball skips in the dirt, but well blocked by Fosberg, so that'll simply be ball 1. One and one, the count to Kravitz. This pitch, it's a hard grounder up the middle, fielded to the short, thrown to second for 1, on to first, and they turn 2. The Natick infield takes care of business to put an end to the inning on the 6-4-3 double play. Score remains 1-0 Natick. Connor Jernigan returning to the mound for his 5th inning of work. He's had a very strong outing so far, just 1 run that could easily be argued as an unearned run. Again, just that scoring play was one of the weirdest things I've ever had to score as a scorekeeper. And so it'll be the 8-9-1 hitters for Natick: Jewett, Bhattacharya, and Guiney. Last inning, defense was a big highlight from the Brookline fielders, as Doctoroff gunned down a runner trying to steal second, finishing with a nice tag by Djelchin Eriksson. And then, of course, Keenan Sawada from the opposite end of the infield as he grabbed the ball right at the third base line as it was about to head into left field, turned around and chucked the ball off his back foot. I mean, really, the arc that ball was going on, you'd think he was shooting a three-pointer in basketball. Just as a little teaser reference for tonight's festivities, as I'm sure plenty Boston fans, myself included, will be tuning in to watch the Celtics take on the Nets in Game 4 and attempt to go for the sweep in that series. But for now, up to the plate for Natick will be the shortstop, number 4, Ryan Jewett. First pitch is chopped into the infield, and it drops for an infield single. And one of the weirdest infield singles you'll ever see. Not much to be done about that, as weird as that was. But now up is the second baseman, number 2, Rohan Bhattacharya, as he takes strike 1. Bhattacharya His last time up, he hit a single through the left gap to lead off the bottom of the third. Runner takes off on a ball, thrown down to second, and a successful steal for Jewett. So a 1-1 count. Natick not letting up on the aggression on the base paths, as they've now got a runner in scoring position with a 1-1 count. They show bunt. Bunt is popped right to Jernigan. Heads up coverage by the pitcher as the high heat forces the pop up. Now up with 1 out and a runner on second. We cycle around to the top of the order with the center fielder, number 7, Mike Guiney. First pitch, and he slices it. It's into foul territory. It looks like it's going to go out of play, and it will. That will count as strike 1. Guiney, his last time up, was hit by a pitch as part of that third inning rally that got the bases loaded with 1 out for Natick. And now he slices this one high into the outfield. It's being tracked by several players. Kravitz calls it off to make the catch. So that'll be 2 down here in the 5th. Now up comes Ryan Maltzman. First pitch in there for strike 1. Maltzman, his last time up, he laid down a sacrifice bunt. And before that, he popped out to short. So 0 for 1 so far. As this pitch misses outside for ball 1. Two down, a runner at second. 1-1 pitch comes in high for ball 2. Two-one pitch in there for strike 2. 2-2 count. Jernigan trying to strand another runner. Maltzman trying to bring another run home. He golfs this one out to right. It's being tracked by Siegel. Back, and he's got it. The fly out to right ends the 5th inning. Through 5, the score remains Natick 1, Brookline 0. It'll be the top of the order coming up for Brookline. 1, 2, 3, Sawada, Rothman, Villa. Brookline trying to find the scoring spark. They have not put anything on the board since the 3-run rally they put together early against Sharon last week. That after back-to-back wins in which they averaged 7 runs a game offensively. So we know the offense is there. We know they are capable of it. And this is the agony of these low-scoring games, as you know the chance to tie or even take the lead is just, it's right there. Like as soon as you get a runner on base, they represent the potential tying run. So now getting this inning started will be the third baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. First pitch comes in low for ball 1. Sawada, his last time up, he reached on a throwing error by the pitcher as he takes this one low for ball 2. So he is 0 for 1 on the scorecard, but he's reached base safely in each of his plate appearances so far. He makes contact and sends it foul down the third base side to make it 2-1. Sawada, of course, has gotten closer than any other Brookline player to scoring, as he led off the first inning with a walk and got down to third before being stranded. That pitch is in there for strike 2. 2-2 now the count to Sawada. And he swings and misses. Got him with the high heat. And that'll be 1 down. Now up the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. First pitch comes in low for ball 1. Rothman 0 for 1 so far today. He popped out to second his last time up and had a sacrifice bunt in his first plate appearance as he takes ball 2. That pitch in there for strike 1. He gets good contact here, but it's right at Bhattacharya, and that's going to be a 4-3 ground out. So now 2 down, and up comes Daniel Villa. Villa, his last time up, he hit what could have been a game-tying single up the middle, but Melton was gunned down at home to end the inning instead as he fouls off that first pitch for strike 1. So Villa 1 for 2 so far. As this one comes in high and away for ball 1. This one skips in the dirt for ball 2. You know, credit to both batteries. I don't think we've seen a single wild pitch or passed ball. At least not when any runners were on. As this one comes in inside for ball 3. Three-one pitch, makes contact. It's a grounder to third. Fielded by Gerstein. Long throw to first, gets him in time, and that will end the inning. One to nothing remains the score as we head into the bottom of the 6th. And it looks like Brookline is going to go to the bullpen. And they are going to call on number 9, Charlie Engelman, as he takes over for Connor Jernigan. Now, Jernigan was listed on the Brookline roster as both a pitcher and designated hitter. So even with the substitution, maybe they'll still be able to send him to the plate next inning. I'm not sure. But either way, Engelman taking over after 5 strong innings from Jernigan. Again, just 1 unearned run on his mark so far through 5 innings, and despite that, If the result does not change, he will be the one getting the loss on the scoreboard today. The 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for Natick: Fosberg, Collins, and Gerstein. For Engelman, this will be his 4th pitching appearance, 3 of them relief outings. He's got a 1-1 record through 5 2/3 innings pitched, 11 runs, 8 earned, 7 hits, 4 walks, 3 hit by pitch, and 4 strikeouts. So Fosberg comes to the plate to lead us off here in the bottom of the 6th. Fosberg, his last time up, he drew a walk. First pitch now from Engelman. Hard grounder past Yelch and Erickson and into right field for a single. And if that doesn't just sum up the luck factor for offense so well, I mean, the only difference between that and Rothman's ground out to second was just the angle at which it came off the bat. That's it. Both pretty equally well hard hit. Same general area, but one goes for a single and one goes for a ground out, as Collins fouls that one off for strike 1. Collins, his last time up, he grounded into an inning-ending double play with the bases loaded, but he's also pitched an absolute gem so far on the mound. 0-1 pitch, he takes it out to left, and that's going to skip past Villa and go towards the wall. Runners are rounding the bags. They're going to put runners at second and third. Collins with the big bat there. He puts runners at second and third with nobody out. And we're going to have a pinch runner. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter as well. I think I heard Henry O'Connor. And it'll be Sam Schuster pinch hitting. And he takes, or doesn't take, he swings for strike number 1. So Sam Schuster batting for Gerstein here with runners on second and third and nobody out. 0-1 pitch is fouled to the backstop for strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch, swung it and a miss. Or no, he got a piece of it. Oh, and 2 remains the count. And Engelman's pitch misses outside for ball 1. And that one misses just inside for ball 2. Schuster making Engelman work for this one. And this one is fouled out of play as Schuster continues to battle. Again, the 2-2 pitch. And that one catches the corner for strike 3. Big out get for Engelman. And they're going to intentionally walk Jack Byrne. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, number 34, Harry Pagnini. One out, bases loaded. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Last time Brookline faced this situation, they got out of it with a double play. They got a force at every base now. 1-0 pitch misses inside, ball 2. Engelman's got to be careful. A walk here brings in a run. 2-0 pitch. Makes contact. Dribbler foul. 2-1 now the count. Hard grounder this time, and that's going to go through the gap. That's going to bring in at least 1, and it's juggled by Villa. This will bring in 2. Pagnini, the 2-run single, breaks this game open. And now the shortstop, number 4, Ryan Jewett, comes up. Just like that, it's now runners on the corners with 1 out. And now Natick up by 3. And whiffs on the bunt. The runner took off. Oh my gosh, it's a chase down, and Dr. Off got him. What on earth? They tried to go for the squeeze play, and you are never going to see a squeeze play backfire that badly. Technically, Byrne is caught stealing home. And I'm so flustered I forgot to mark the out on the scoreboard. And now this one, a dribbler foul. That'll be strike 2. 0-2 the count to Jewett. 2 outs, runner at first. Oh, 2 pitch, reaches out, hits a grounder over to Sawada, throws to first, and they get him in time. So the inning ends, but Natick does its damage. The score now, Natick 3, Brookline 0. The Redhawks will be sending Collins back out to try and finish the complete game shutout. For Brookline, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. And Jernigan will indeed return to the plate. Despite being called on in relief off the mound, he was marked on the roster as both a pitcher and a DH. So he will now come to the plate as a DH. Brookline is going to need at least 3 runs to keep this game going. And the 3 hitters due up to try and make that happen are Jernigan, Siegel, and Dialchand Erickson. Jernigan has struggled putting the bat on the ball so far today, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And now he steps into the box. First pitch. Misses low for ball 1. This pitch he golfs foul. That'll be strike 1. He sent a number of balls into foul territory, but he hasn't sent any in play so far today. 1-1 pitch. Comes in high for ball 2. And he fouls this one to the backstop. That'll make it a 2-2 count. This pitch comes in low. It'll be ball 3. Full count now to Jernigan. And the payoff pitch is in there for strike 3. So 1 down, and now up comes the right fielder, number 20, Harrison Siegel. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. And this one is sliced high. This is going to stay in play. Fosberg is tracking it, and he's got it for out number 2. Last hope for Brookline will be the second baseman, number 21, James Dialchand Erickson. First pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Next pitch comes in low for ball 1. One pitch is low for ball 2. Dialchand Erickson, like Connor Jernigan, 0 for 2 with a strikeout as he comes to the plate here this inning. Or 2 strikeouts, rather, as he swings and misses for strike 2. Brookline down to their final strike. And that one comes in high for ball 3. Full count, 2 down, bases empty. Natick 3, Brookline 0. Collins, the payoff pitch, swung on and missed, and that ends the ball game. The final score here at Mahan Field, Natick 3, Brookline 0. Another tough offensive outing for Brookline, where once again base running definitely played a role in some of the offensive struggles, though perhaps not as prominently today. But a strong defensive outing. If you're to take positives away from this game, a very strong defensive outing, plenty of great fielding highlights, a strong performance on the mound from starter Connor Jernigan, who unfortunately has to be the guy getting the loss on the record. But 5 strong innings, can't really fault his performance. Before we finish summing up this game, once again, check out the description section of the video for all the information you need about our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Community Foundation. And be sure to check the bottom right corner of your screen for information about me, my personal website, jessesports.com, my email address if you have any direct questions, jgms88@gmail.com, and a link to my Instagram account where I post highlights from previous streams. And as always, remember, if you enjoyed the broadcast, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, as I got another one coming up tomorrow on the volleyball court. Brookline Boys Volleyball hosting rival Newton North tomorrow. Should be a good one. And then on Wednesday, I return to the Diamond as Brookline Baseball hosts Needham. But for now, let's sum up the action and close this out. In the top of the first, Brookline got a leadoff walk, got the runner all the way to third base, but left him stranded there. Bottom of the first, Natick went down in order. Top of the second, Brookline again led off with a base runner, this time off a hit to center, but a strikeout, a flyout, and then the base runner caught stealing second, ended the top of the second. In the bottom of the second, we got the first run and only run we would see for a while. A 2-out single, a stolen base, and then a hit up the middle where the shortstop made a nice diving grab to get the ball, but then juggled the ball, getting it out of his glove, allowed a runner to score, giving Natick a 1-0 lead. In the top of the third, Brookline started a rally. A leadoff single, a reach-on error, put runners at first and second with 2 down. And then a single up the middle seemed like it was going to score the tying run, but the runner coming around from second was gunned down from center field at home plate, and that ended the top of the third inning. In the bottom of the third, Natick was able to load the bases off a single, a hit by pitch, and a walk. They got the bases juiced with 1 out, but then a huge 4-6-3 double play by the Brookline defense got them out of the jam and maintained the 1-run game. But the Brookline bats went down in order in the top of the fourth. In the bottom of the fourth, Natick got a single, but the runner was caught stealing second, and so they went down in 3 batters. Top of the fifth, Brookline got a runner on with a walk, but then a 6-4-3 double play ended the inning. In the bottom of the fifth, Natick got a runner to second, courtesy of an infield single and a stolen base, but then the next 3 hitters went down 1, 2, 3. In the top of the sixth, Brookline went down in order. In the bottom of the sixth, Brookline brought in a relief pitcher, and Natick was able to put a little bit more offense together, a leadoff single followed by a double, and then after a strikeout and an intentional walk, a single through the left gap combined with a juggle in left field brought in 2 runs before a ground out to third, before a botched squeezed bunt resulted in a runner being caught between third and home, and then a ground out to third ended the inning. And then in the top of the seventh, Brookline went down in order once again to put an end to the ball game. Final score, Natick 3, Brookline 0. Well, that's going to do it from Mahan Field in Natick, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. It's been a pleasure to bring you coverage of today's high school baseball game. Be sure to stay tuned for more. Still plenty of season left. But for now, that's all. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.